Libby, tell us about your current obsession with local politics.
Yeah, tell Libby.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so here in the city of Camarillo, there's 5 seats on the city council, and 3 of them are up for election. And so there are 3 candidates running. All the incumbents are running, but there are also 3 candidates running who are working together. It's 3 women, and that's not all there is to know about them. But they're definitely only now starting to kind of take place all over the country. In the last couple years, there's been different training sessions. There's a group called the Incorruptibles who actually travel all over the country to help local races and help them figure out how to build coalitions and work together to beat incumbents. Because when it comes to local races, it's very difficult, running against the name recognition. And oftentimes people in cities where things aren't terrible, and here in Camarillo, things are not terrible. We are economically viable. Most people that live here enjoy living here. The schools are great. Crime is low, all good things. So winning against an incumbent when you have people who are happy in their town is difficult. But the big deal is, we've talked about this before on the podcast. One of the things that Democrats or anybody on the blue side have done poorly is filling the bench and having people start out either locally, whether it be at the city level, the county level, state level, and really getting those seats so that when we need a governor, or when we need a state attorney, or when we need a presidential candidate eventually, there's enough people who have the right experience, the know-how, that are good at being politicians and getting things done. So this trend of slates and really learning about local politics and how to kind of make all that happen has basically been my obsession in looking at, how do you get people to
Now, do you think this is a good practice run for the midterms? Is a very competitive, local election?
It's really interesting. So for us, so in the county of Ventura, actually one of the other cities in Ventura County is Simi Valley. Simi Valley is known as it is the 18th most conservative city in the country. It's ranked that way. And over there, they're
all
also
Reagan libraries there to give you an idea.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the Rodney King trials were, and they have sort of a bad reputation as a city for being nice to people, to put it mildly. So on that end, there's a slate running over there and working towards, how could they possibly win when only 30% of their city is blue. But I think one of the things to look at is looking up ballot. It's sort of different. Most people, talk about down ballot voting. But for us in Camarillo, there's, looking up the ballot, Jackie Irwin is our state rep. And she lost Camarillo in the primary by about 400, 500 votes. So for us, working with her is good for her too. So not only is she, not only are we looking for an endorsement from her so that it'll help us, but she wants our boots on the ground. And there's no better way to connect with boots on the ground and volunteers than through the local elections, because those are the people that are really or I should say the candidates that are really going to be knocking on doors and, doing the work in the field. So it works both ways, actually, up and down the ballot. It's kind of great. Everybody has to work together.